Hey, Brian, I know that we asked you a lot about, kind of how you would approach this final game and to see the way your guys played and to have it cap off with the way it did with Sam catching that interception in the end zone and just the way that the crowd was able to react and soak in that moment. What was that like for you and what did that mean to you?
I'm proud of this team. I'm proud of their fight, their resiliency, their ability to deal and battle with adversity. Um, we've had ups and downs, and it's a year I'll certainly remember. But yeah, very proud of this team.
Marcel?
Hey,
Marcel, we lost you there.
Muted.
yeah, can you hear me now?
Yeah.
You're the fourth coach in franchise history now with 2 winning seasons in their first 3 years with the team. Does that mean anything to you to add to, I guess, your pride in this year's version of the team?
Look, I mean, the credit goes to the players, coaches. I'm always going to feel like and wish I could have done more. And our guys, they work hard from the players, the coaches, but obviously our support staff, and it's a special group. I'm happy and proud to be a part of it, and excited for the way they played today. Proud of the way they played today, and really the second half of the season. So,
Mike DePasquale.
Thanks, Brian.
Hey, Coach, you mentioned about the fight and how proud you are of you guys. A win like this today, does it give you more of a sense of confidence as you go into the offseason to build for next season?
I think, right now it's, my thoughts are on, kind of enjoying this. I think you got to give credit to the Patriots and Bill and his staff. And congratulate them on their season. I mean, they did a nice job, and obviously played well today. And the off season, those are things that we'll start to get into, in the future. But right now, just kind of trying to enjoy this moment.
Thank you, Flo.
Dave Hyde.
Yeah, Brian, could you sum up this year? Was it success as you see it? Was it what you expected?
Man, look, every year's different. I think every experience is you learn from them, good or bad. And that's kind of how I try to approach everything. I know I've learned a lot this year about myself, this team, players on our team, and the people in our building. And I think that's really what I take from it. And I think there'll be time to reflect on it and see. There's certainly some things that I've learned. I like to think that I've grown a little bit, but hopefully that's the case for everyone. That's the case for everyone every year, players, coaches. I'm sure that's the case for you in your profession. So, there's always good, there's always bad, and try to learn from it all.
Omar.
Brian, what does it mean? This is the first time the franchise has swept the Patriots in 20 years in a series. Does that add any kind of significance to you, considering you spent 15 years with the organization? The level of kind of dominance that they've had over this franchise.
They do a great job. They're well coached. They battle for 60 minutes. You saw that tonight. They play well in all 3 phases. Again, like I said earlier in the week, when you're away, I know certainly for me, I've grown more of an appreciation for the things I've learned there and try to implement them, here and really in every area of my life. So, but it's nice to always win. I'm glad happy for our players and our coaches and our support staff to go out this way.
So if I could just go back to your last answer, I know you talked about how you've learned and grown over the course of the year. If I could just ask, and maybe in what ways, if you could just kind of elaborate on that a bit.
I think Look, every year, every time you step out on the field, go into a meeting, do a walkthrough, I think, those experiences, I think you're learning every time every day. And I try to improve every day. I try to preach that to our players, that's the goal, really in all areas, not just football, but as husbands, as fathers, as sons, as really in every way. So I try to take those experiences and try to be better in every area of my life. So specific to football, I mean it's across the board, from a leadership standpoint, from a preparation standpoint, from a scheduling standpoint, from a practice standpoint, from a walkthrough standpoint. I think you take all those things and say, hey, what's the right formula? But every year is different too. Different players, different situations. So I think as I get time to reflect, kind of put it all together. There's so many variables in football. Offense, defense, special teams, scheduling. You know what I mean? I mean, it's just so many things, so many areas where you can learn. And I try to be better in every one of those areas.
Our last two questions, Joe Shad and then Dave Hyde. Go ahead, Joe.
Hey, Flo, congrats on the win. How would you assess Tua's performance today?
I mean, I thought he played well. I thought he made some big runs in critical situations, pick up first downs when we needed them. I thought he made a lot of good throws. I thought we moved the ball well. I thought we ran the ball well. So he led us and gave us an opportunity to win the ball game. Specifically at the end when we needed a drive against a good defense. Bill had all his timeouts and he was using them. So it was a big drive, great job. Nice job by George calling it and putting us in position to get the win.
Final question, Dave.
Yeah, Brian, could you sum up Tua's season? And considering at the trade deadline you guys were talking to Houston, his future with the franchise?
I think it's as far as evaluating the entire season, I like to have a little process for that. So it'd be unfair for me to say, hey, the season went like this, but I can tell you he's grown a lot this year. From a leadership standpoint, from a command of the offense standpoint, from dealing with adversity standpoint, from dealing with adversity and coming right back and helping us move the ball and make throws. I'm proud of his effort, proud of the way he handled himself the entire year. I think he did a nice job from that standpoint. But as far as reflecting on the whole year, not quite there just yet.